Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at Unearthed Arcana starter spells. Alright everybody, today we're going to look at Unearthed Arcana starter spells. So Wizard has released new cantrips and first level spells to test out in your campaign. Today I'm going to go over the best and the worst from the list. To check out the rest of them, go down and check out the link below. So far, my favorites are Chaos Bolt, Guiding Hand, Hand of Radiance, Primal Savagery, and Toll the Dead. Let's get started with Chaos Bolt. It's a first level sorcerer spell. This spell lets you hurl energy at an enemy within range. When it hits, roll 2d8, and then you get to choose one of those d8s, and that will determine the damage type based off of a chart. What really makes this spell a lot of fun is if you roll doubles, you get to make a new attack against a new target in range, and you start the whole process over. Unfortunately, you can't target the same creature who has been already hit by this spell this turn. And if you cast a spell at a higher level, you get an extra 1d6 damage for every spell slot over first. So this spell mingles perfectly with a wild magic sorcerer. It adds that same flair you get with wild magic surge ability. Though this spell would work great with any sorcerer build. You also get Guiding Hand, which is a first level bard spell. It also is available for the druid and wizard. Guiding Hand is a relatively simple spell, but with enormous potential. In essence, you create a tiny incorporeal hand that can point you in a direction of a landmark, such as a city, mountain, castle, battlefield, on the same plane as you. The location has to be a place that has been visited or mapped at some point in history. I would imagine that a lost location might not work, but as long as there is one map in existence, then the location can be found. The hand will float 5 feet away from you and keeps that distance at your speed. And if you sit for too long, I think it's 4 minutes, it'll cave you on, and it'll just really speed up things for you. Next I want to talk about Hand of Radiance. You raise your hand, and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage. That damage increases by 1d6 at 5th, 11th, and 17th level. I just like that you can target all creatures within 5 feet, and you have to make a saving throw instead of a spell attack. That's just great. You also have Primal Savagery. It's real fun. You can choose to either lengthen or sharpen your teeth or fingernails. You then make a melee spell attack against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, they take 1d10 piercing or slashing damage that you get to choose. And after the attack, they change back. But the damage does increase by d10 at 5th, 11th, and 17th level. It's just a lot of fun for the cantrip for the druid. It feels kind of like you're taking that wild shape ability, but you're only using a little bit to turn a little bit of you into a creature. And then my last of my favorite spells is Toll the Dead. It's a warlock cantrip. It lets you point at a creature within 60 feet, and the sounds of bells fear the air around it. They have to make a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. But if the target is missing any hit points, that increases to d12. And you get to go up one die at 5th, 11th, and 17th level. And it's just, this spell is worth it just for the imagery that goes along with it, with this bell, and I don't know, I'm really a fan. So now let's get to the worst of them. I only have 2 of them, and they are Virtue and Ceremony. So, Ceremony is a paladin spell that harkens back to the earlier days of Dungeons & Dragons. You get the ability to choose between 7 different ceremonies when you cast a spell. You have Atonement, which lets you touch a character as alignment change, and you can make a DC 20 Wisdom check. And on a success, the target goes back to its original alignment. You also have Blessed Water that lets you touch 1 vial of water to make it become holy water. Coming of Age lets you touch a young adult.
Not like that, you sickos.
And for the next 24 hours, whenever the target makes an ability check, it can roll a d4 and add the number to the check. The creature can only use this ability once, though, and then it's gone. Dedication is used when someone willingly converts to your religion, and it lets a character add a d4 to a saving throw, but just like coming of age, it can only be used once. There's funeral rites, which make it so that a corpse can't be turned into undead for 24 hours, short of anything but a wish spell. Then you have investiture, which lets you expend a spell slot and material cost, and give that spell to a target, and they can cast it without using a spell slot or materials. However, they have 1 hour to cast that spell, or it's completely lost. And then lastly, you have marriage. This lets you bond 2 characters together, and for the next 24 hours, each target gets +2 to AC and saving throws while within 30 feet of each other. But a person can only benefit from this ability, or this ceremony, once. Alright, now that I got through all those facts, I can tell you that this is just a whole bunch of boring. Only 2 of these ceremonies are really all that useful, but that is barely. This spell is a waste of divine magic and should be cast out of all the planes. Almost all of these things are things that I would allow a paladin to do without a spell. The only one that I wouldn't just let a character use is the investiture ceremony. Otherwise, all these things are just something a paladin or cleric should be able to do, and that I would allow. Now, my least favorite spell, Virtue. You can touch one creature with at least 1 hit point, and it gains temporary hit points of 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. This doesn't sound too bad at first, but then you read on, and then the hit points are lost at the end of the spell. Then I think, okay, I can get that, until you look and see that the spell lasts 1 round. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That's like summoning a creature and have it disappearing at the start of its next turn before it even had a chance to act. This has very limited usefulness, only at early levels, and requires luck for you to have it work. It's really a waste of spell slot, and if that was the only spell available to me, I still wouldn't use it. So for the most part, Wizards added quite a bit to the game with these spells, and I can't wait to see these used in my game. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe, and while you're down there, go ahead and hit that little notification button so you can stay up to date with all my newest content. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. You can find these links down below. And, as always, thank you for watching.